I would like to talk about three ways to check learners' learning status in Moodle. The first one is subject about activity completion, and which is closely related to course completion. The second one is about using Moodle badges. The third one is using Moodle competency. So these three are major methods of Moodle to check the learner's learning status. So let me first explain about the activity completion. Firstly, so every Moodle activities or resources from now on, I would use the term activities. So each activities is the component of each courses. So this is normal looking of Moodle courses, and you can see in this column there are many activities. This one is a link activity. Originally it's called resources, but I would call it activity preferably. And this one is course notification, or my introduction is forum activity. And this one is a quiz activity. So a course have many activities inside, as this figure explains. So it has many different activities. Each activities can configured as for the condition of its completion. So let me explain that how to set the completion status for let's say forum. For forum, probably this is forum. So you go to the forum and you can check the administration for forum editing. For each editing component, there is activity completion. So this is activity completion for this specific forum activities. So you can define the completion condition as something like that: the required view, how many times, or required grade, or a certain grade to complete that forum. And probably you can specify the number of posts the user, the learner, are supposed to reply, and some discussion numbers, and specific reply numbers, and the time you expected completion time. So you can specify these conditions for completion for this forum. For different activities, it has different kind of activity completion conditions. Let's say if we go to quiz, probably for this quiz, normally you can edit settings. So this one, because this activity, it also have activity completion status, but this condition is a little bit different with the forum, because as you know, this is for quiz. So it requires grade. Probably you can set a completion status condition if you click this one, and when the students receive the grade by taking the quiz, then that quiz will be recorded as a completed. The status is achieved. And you can also define the passing grade for this quiz. So you can set some number like 80%. So when they get more than 80, so this quiz activity will be completed, marked as a completed. So this is what it shows, that some activities, after completion they achieve the completion state condition, they're marked as completed and not completed for some other activities. So this is also you can define the course as completed as the condition of combined condition of each activity's completion. So you can define something like that. A certain quiz have to score more than 80%, and a forum should this user supposed to reply with at least four or three posts, and the combination of this condition will complete the course. In that way, you can define the course completion for each courses. So in that way, you can define the activity completion status and course completion status condition. Okay, so let me show how this this completion status can be checked. So from the course administration, once you define the completion status with each activities, if you go to reports and activity completion, so you'll be able to see that each activities on this row, and you can see the list of learners on this column, this row. Okay, so after that they finish it, they completed each individual activities. The manager or the teacher can see the checking status of each individual rectangle. So this is the way you can check the completion status of each individual activity. And this activity can be this completion status of activity can be used to sequencing the instruction model for a course. If you assume there are 3 different activities, and you apply some access restriction condition to each activity, probably you can skip a certain activity until the condition is met. So this access restriction can be found also in the setting edit setting. From here, you can see that restrict access. So in the restrict access, you can add some restriction to be able to access this activity. So probably you can use the combined condition of other activities completion. So you can apply some ideas like if you finished from the previous activities like a quiz more than 80% and a forum with more than 3 replies, with that condition you can access this activity. You can impose that kind of activity completion condition here, or even you can impose some data restriction so that this activity is not accessible until the specific date, and some grade and some user profile completion status. So that kind of things you can add as a restriction. So that way you can make a sequencing possible in planning your Moodle course. And okay, that's the way you can use the completion status for Moodle. That's the first part, which I like to explain about Moodle status, Moodle learners status management. Okay, the second one is the badge, using badge. So in Moodle you can use badges for many different purposes. So badges are two kinds, like site badges and course badges. The site badges, you can make a badge for all Moodle site. Something like that. You can award some badge by the conduct of the students. If some students doing good things, he can award a badge to him. So for that base, you can use a site badges, and you can also issue badges based on course. In a specific course, you can make a badge which is only applied to the badge, the course. And the way you can award a badge, there are two ways. The one is manual and the other is automatic. So manual means that specified manager can present the badge to a specific learner manually. And the other method is using automatic. So automatic is that you can give a combined condition for each activity completion to automatically present a course badge. Course badge. So you can give some, can make some badge like that if students get more than 80% for a specific quiz, and applying 3 replies for a specific forum and the end condition, and he can receive a badge. So that kind of idea is realizable using in the course badges. And site badges, you can also make automatic presentation, automatic award, something like that. For this case, you can use the combined condition of course completion. Probably a badge can be awarded to a learner if he or she completed a specific set of courses. So that's one thing you have to keep in mind. There is two kinds of badges. One is site badges and the other is course badges. And the method you can award is the automatic or manual for each two different kind. Okay, let me show that sample here. So here you can go to the course, and the course probably in the administration block. One is a course administration, or else if you have a site admin power, you can see site administration down here. So you can find that badges in two different places. One you can find is a badges here is a course administration, so it's a course badge. And the site administration, you can find the badges. This one probably must be a site-wide badge. So first, I like to go for the badges for the course. So for this course, this is the way it generated, and you can see for each course. Of course, you can create a badge for course badges from here, adding a new badge. But I like to show you the sample I already created. So here you can see that this course, this badge is created, and the criteria for this course is that okay, so manually you can make this badge which can be awarded manually, or you can make this badge by course completion, combination of course completion or combination of activity completion. Maybe course completion, okay, is just the meaning that the course completion of this course, not a combination. Okay, so that way you can give it a criteria. So as I explained before, the two-way automatic is that course completion and activity completion, and the manual way is that you choose this one and you can give it a award by it manually. Okay, so get back to the, so some badges are manual and some badges are, okay, here is, you can see that this is a combination of automatic award, badge award, using criteria. So let me do it again. Criteria, probably you can find, okay, here, any of these 4 criteria is activities completed, then this badge will be given to the user automatically. Okay, so the other is site-wide badges, and as I explained it to you already, you can find it from administration block and go down to here, site administration, and you can find it from the badges here. So the same way, manage badges. The manage badges, probably you can add a new badge here, but I would like to explain it using, okay, some already made badges. So here, this badge, okay, I will give. The interface is pretty similar to the course badge. Badge, probably if you go to criteria, and you can find that for this site-wide badge, probably you can either do it manually, awarding, and the profile completion means that when you completed certain profile, and you can give, okay, here is the list of that profile, and if you click some, okay, and when these clicked items are completed by the learners in their profile, that this badge will be awarded to him or her. Okay, so that's the way to use a profile completion and manual issue. And the other thing is, this is a site-wide. I told you that I can combine the completion status of courses. You should be careful. I meant courses, not activities. See? So set of courses, you can add the set of combination of completion conditions for courses. Okay, so I can add complete when or, and I can list. I can add course here. I can add courses here. So this is now it's only 1 courses, but I can add one by one more. So I can give a set of combination of courses to be awarded to award badges to specific learners. So that's about it. So you can design your badges here like that. And badges is a very important, significant factors of realizing gamification in learning domain. So this is very worthy to note, to give a close interest to learn. Thank you.